we're going to start off lying down since it's early morning. I am going to play with my Pilates ball. So if you have a ball, you can grab that. You could also use a block if you have a block, maybe even a pillow. And then you don't have to use a toy if you don't want to as well too. Just, we love our options. Cool. And then we get to start off lying down on your backside. So just go ahead, lie down on your back, relax. All right. If you do have a ball, you can place your right foot on top of the ball. If you are not using a ball, you'll just want to place your right heel on the floor, okay? We'll start with your arms down by your sides. We'll work in neutral spine here. So hip bones resting nice and evenly. You feel that little space between your lower back and the mat, just enough to fit like a little small grape or so. And then the backs of your rib cage are gently pressing down. You feel your shoulders relaxing nice and even. Maybe try seeing what it feels like to have your palms facing down if that feels more natural, or palms facing up, right? And it's whatever position we're able to really engage the abs to keep the ribs from popping up to the sky. And then we'll feel for the back of our head. We just want to make sure we're looking straight up at the ceiling, not back behind us. So if it feels like your gaze is kind of going to the back wall, feel free to add a little pillow, a little towel behind the back of your head, just to help put your head in a more neutral position. From here, we'll take a nice big breath in. Again, we're in neutral spine. On your exhale, lift your left foot up into tabletop position. All right, you can go ahead and point your left toes. On your inhale, you're going to straighten out your right leg. So we're either sliding the ball forward or sliding our heel across the floor. On your inhale, bend the right leg as the left leg straightens out. And then exhale, we bend the left leg, straighten out the right leg. And then inhale, we switch and push forward. So right now, we're just checking out the stability of our hips, okay? So we want to think about finding that length through our spine, lifting up through the pelvic floor muscles so that the pelvis or the hip bones stay nice and even though the legs are moving in space. It may feel nice for a few to place your hands on your hips, just to make sure the hips aren't wiggling side to side, right? No hula dancing in Pilates. We're keeping the hips nice and stable. We're going to add in the arms when you're ready. We'll start with the arms reaching up to the sky, making sure our ribs don't pop up. As you straighten out the right leg, the left arm goes up by your ears, and then inhale, the right arm goes up as the left leg stretches out. So we're just scissoring the arms as the legs switch places in space. One arm lengthens, the other one comes up, and then one leg stretches and the other one comes up. We're going to go for 2 more here, stretching out and then pulling in. And then the next time the right leg is out straight, we're going to hold it there. You can take your arms down by your side, stretch your left leg up to the sky. From here, we're going to start with some small circles with your left leg. All right. Again, our goal is pelvic stability, so we're only making these circles as big as we can keep the hips even. If you're pressing down into a ball or a block with the right leg, really think about lengthening out through the right leg and trying to keep the right leg as still as you can. Our circles are going to start to get a little bit bigger. Again, really focusing on maintaining the evenness through our hips, keeping the backs of the rib cage pressing down into your mat. Maybe those circles get a teeny tiny bit bigger. We go for 4 and 3. Last 2. And then last one, the left leg goes back up to the sky. We're going circles the other way. Start small. Teeny, teeny, tiny circles. Maybe we readjust that right leg to make sure we're purposefully pressing down into the floor. And then those circles get a little bit bigger. Our left leg gets a little bit heavier. We're just drawing those circles around. Abs in nice and tight. As those circles get their biggest that they're going to go, we go for 4 and 3. Ooh, 2. And then 1, bend your left leg, set your foot flat on the floor. Bend your right leg, your foot's resting either on top of your ball block pillow or on top of the floor. If we're going on the floor with the right leg, I'll just have you lift up your right heel so that you're up on your right tippy toe. So the left foot's flat on the floor, the right foot's either resting on a toy or on the tippy toes. We'll take a nice big inhale. We're still in our neutral spine. Exhale, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up. Think about your knees tracking straight forward here. And then inhale, lower the hips back down. So it's an exhale to squeeze the glutes, lift up your hips, and then inhale to lower back down. As the hips go up and down, think about trying to keep them really even, right? So just because one foot's a little higher than the other doesn't mean our hips are going to go higher than the other. We're challenging our hips again to stay nice and stable, nice and neutral, even though we've added in a little challenge. We've got about 4 more here. Exhale, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up, and then inhale, lower back down. And then we'll go 3 more. Exhale, lift. And then inhale, lower back down. Last 2, exhale, squeeze and lift. And then inhale, lower. Next time you lift up, we'll just hold it there. All right, squeeze those glutes. Think about your left knee. We want the left knee tracking straight forward. If you're on a ball, you're gonna slide your foot forward and then slide it in. If you're on a block or on the floor, you're gonna send your right leg straight up to the sky and then tap it back down to the floor. We've got 8 of those, so we've done 1. Here goes 2 and 3. Think about the left leg. Nothing is moving throughout the rest of the body, right? Just the right leg's moving. Left knee is still tracking straight forward. Our hips are still even and lifted up away from the floor. We'll go for 3 and then 2. And then next time you bend the right knee, let's hold it there. So we've got our right knee bent, our left foot flat on the floor. We're gonna go little pulses with your hips up and down. Think about the glutes working together here. Squeeze the glutes to lift up a little bit more each time. We've got 4 and 3. We'll go last 2. And then last 1, we come all the way down. All right. If we're playing with the toy, we're going to go both feet on top of the toy, okay? If we're not playing with the toy, we're going to go heels together, toes and knees slightly apart. From here, we're going to find imprint spine, okay? So both feet are either on the block or the ball, or we've got heels together, toes apart. We're going to go ahead and lift up the heels if we're on the mat. If we're not on the mat, you can keep the heels down. Big breath in here. Exhale, squeeze the glutes, lift your hips up. And then inhale, lower back down. So it's an exhale to squeeze, and then inhale to lower. We do have our knees slightly separated, but we don't want that space to get bigger as the hips go up. So think about keeping your knees in alignment with your hips. It's just that the feet are closer. The feet are lined up with our pubic bone. We've got 5 more here. Exhale, we squeeze and lift up. And then inhale, we lower back down. Make sure both legs are working together. One leg's not doing more work than the other. And we go for 3 more. Exhale, squeeze and lift. And then inhale, lower. Last 2, squeeze and bring it up. And then inhale, lower. Next time you lift up, we'll just hold it there. We've got those little pulses up and down with your hips for 4 and 3. Last 2. And 1, lower all the way down. Oh, all right, so now the left foot gets the ball. The right leg's gonna come into tabletop position as we find neutral spine again. So hip bones nice and even, but now we've got that nice curve through our lower back. Taking a nice big inhale, you can stretch your left leg out long. And then exhale, bend the left leg as you straighten out your right leg. Inhale to push, and then exhale to pull. Nice, so we lengthen out nice and long, and then pull everything back in. All right, again, making sure our hip bones stay nice and even as we push and pull. Hey, Asia, could you just mute your screen?
Mute my screen?
Yeah, the little microphone. You're gonna press the microphone button. Perfect, and good morning. All right, adding in the arms reach up to the sky. As the left leg straightens out, the right arm reaches up overhead. And then we bring everything back to center. Left arm reaches up overhead as the right leg stretches out. And then bring everything back to center. Nice inhale to lengthen. Exhale to switch. Check in with the ribs. Make sure ribs aren't popping up towards the sky as we lengthen, reaching the arms up. We pull the rib cage down. Lift up through the pelvic floor muscles. Feel that abdominal connection. We've got one more here. And the next time the left leg lengthens out nice and long, we'll hold it there. Your arms can come down by your side. Your right leg stretches up to the sky. We start with those small circles with your right leg. Really pressing into the ball with the left leg, right? We want to keep the left leg as still as we can. So we're pressing our heel into the floor or pressing our leg into the ball. And then those circles start to get a little bit bigger, but we really find that stability through our hips, lifting up through the pelvic floor muscles. Think about pulling your belly button in towards the mat. And then our circles are going to go the biggest they can go, but again, the hips stay nice and still. So it's only as big as we can control. We've got 4 and 3. Whew, here we go, 2. And then last one, stretch the right leg up to the sky. We go circles the other way. Start small, small and controlled. Here we go, teeny, teeny, tiny circles. And then let's make those circles get a little bit bigger. Whew. And our leg gets a little heavier and our circles get the biggest they can go. Still moving with control. We've got 4 and 3. Whew. Last 2. And then 1. Bend your right knee. Set your foot down on the floor. Bend your left leg so that our left foot's either resting on the prop we're using or you're up on your tippy toes, right? So we lift up the left heel. Taking a nice big inhale in here. Exhale, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up away from the floor. And then inhale, lower your hips back down. So it's an exhale, squeeze the glutes, lift your hips up. And then inhale, lower back down. Think about your knees. They're both tracking straight forward as we lift up. And then see if you can push with the left glute just as much as you push with the right. Right? We don't want the right leg to get all the fun here. We want both legs working together. We've got 4 more here. Exhale, we squeeze and lift. And then inhale to lower. And we'll go 3 more. Exhale, squeeze and lift. And then inhale, lower. Last 2. Bring it up. And then down. Last one, lift up and hold it there. We've got our options. If we're using a prop, you can slide the ball out and slide it in. If we're not, we can stretch our leg up to the sky and bring it in. Remember, the main focus of this part is the right leg, right? The stabilizer leg. We want that leg to stay as still and steady as it can. Our knees tracking straight forward, and our hips don't dip down to the floor. We've got 4 more here. Stretch. And then pull. Keep squeezing that right glute. 3. And then we'll go 2 more. And then last one, bend your left leg, hold it there in your bridge. We've got those little pulses up and down. Just moving those hips up and down. 4 and 3. Oh, we're working. 2. And then 1, come all the way down. Oh, all righty. From here, we're gonna take our prop and just place it in between our feet. So you can go kind of in between your ankles, in between your feet, wherever feels the best for you, right? We want control, but we also want to make it challenging. All right, so we're going to take our feet in tabletop position. We'll find imprint spine now. So lifting up through our pelvic floor muscles, abs pull in nice and tight. This move would be perfectly fine to use a pillow for too, right? We're just working on little inner thigh activation. We'll take a nice big inhale. On your exhale, just straighten your legs out nice and long. And then inhale, bend your knees back in tabletop. As you straighten out your legs, think about engaging the inner thighs, engaging the abs, and then inhale, bring it back in. We're making sure our lower back doesn't pop up as we stretch the legs out long, and then bend our knees and bring it in. If we want a little bit more, we'll reach our arms up to the sky. As the legs stretch out, we reach the arms up overhead, and then bend the elbows, bend the knees, come back to center. Exhale, we lengthen out. And then inhale, bring everything back in. We'll go for 4, stretch it out, and then bring it in. Last 3, and back in. Last 2, and bring it in. Last 1, stretch it out, hold it there. We're gonna bring the feet and the arms up to the sky. Keep your arms stretching up, just lower your legs straight down like an inch or 2, and then bring it back up. Remember, we're still working an imprint spine. So right now we're just testing to see how low we can take our legs while maintaining imprint. Once you find your sweet spot, we can add in the arms. As the legs lower down, the arms can reach up by our ears. And then as the legs come up, the arms reach back up. So it'd be an inhale to lengthen, not allowing those ribs to pop up. Exhale, bring everything back up to the center. We'll go for 3 more here. Inhale, open everything up. And then exhale, pull everything back up to the center. Last 2. Inhale, we lengthen out. And then exhale, we bring it back up. And then 1 more. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, bring it all up. Bend your knees, set your feet down, set your arms down. Yahoo! All right, so we're gonna take our prop and just place it right in between your knees, okay? Arms can stretch out nice and long, so we're taking up a lot of space with the upper body. Our knees are bent. From here, we're gonna find neutral spine again. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale, lift your feet up away from the floor, coming into tabletop position. All right, so we're gonna do some windshield wipers with our legs, working a little bit of spinal rotation. So taking a nice big inhale. On your exhale, allow your knees to hang heavy over to the left side. So knees start to drop over to the left. It's okay if your right hip bone lifts up, but try to keep your right shoulder and your whole right arm pushing down into the mat. Inhale, come back to the center. And then exhale, we try out the other side. Right, and we're just moving nice and slow and steady. This is still technically our warm-up, right? So we don't have to do our biggest range of motion quite yet. So we'll try that again, moving over to the left. And then coming back up to the center. And moving over to the right. And then coming back to the center. We'll do 1 more on each side. The knees drop over to the left. We keep that right arm pressing down into the mat. And then come all the way back up to center. And then we move over to the right. And come all the way back up to center. From here, we're going to allow our knees to drop over to the left. As we do so, the right arm's going to come with it, and we're going to come all the way to side lying on the left side. From here, our right arm's gonna lead the way. Right arm opens up to the sky. Then our head and chest follow. We bring the legs with us, coming all the way back onto our back. And then we try out the other side. Our knees drop over to the right, abs in really tight as we peel the left arm up and come all the way up and over to side lying on your right side. We'll try 1 more on each. The left arm leads the way as we open up the chest. The legs follow. Pull your belly button into your spine as you do so. And then your knees drop over to the left. Slow and steady, feeling those abs work to help you peel your body over. And then the right arm leads the way as we start to open up and head back to center. Finding center first before we send the legs over to the right. Bringing your right arm along, or your left arm along for the ride. Nice. From here, we'll come all the way back to center. Left arm leads the way. Then the legs follow, abs pull in nice and tight. And then set your feet down, take a little breather. Whew. Alrighty, from here, we can just place the ball off to the side for a quick second. Pull your knees into your chest, give your body a little hug. Maybe we want to draw some small circles on the mat with your back. And then we'll take those circles the other way. All right, from here, we're gonna make our way into a side lying position. So whatever fancy way you have of getting there, feel free. We're gonna place the ball in between your knees for this next part. All right, so balls coming in between our knees. We're gonna get set up in a nice little side plank position, okay? So bottom forearms resting on the mat. You've got a nice line from your bottom elbow to your bottom hip and then your bottom heels. So our knees are slightly out in front of our legs. if you want a little bit of a different position for that arm, you can open up the elbow so we could rotate the arm out to the side a little bit as well too. Whatever feels the best for your shoulder. We'll start with some side planks. Taking a nice big inhale. On your exhale, we just lift the hips up and then inhale, lower your hips back down. So it's an exhale to lift up and then inhale to lower back down. We'll get 2 more like that. Exhale, we lift and then inhale to lower. Next time you lift up, just hold it there. Top arm's gonna reach up to the sky. We'll take a nice big inhale. On your exhale, rotate, reach underneath the ribs and then inhale, open back up. So exhale, we rotate and reach under. And then inhale, we open back up. Last 2 here. Exhale, rotate and reach under. And then inhale, open back up. Last one, exhale, rotate and reach under. Inhale, open. We'll put it all together. The hips go down. It's an exhale to lift up and then reach underneath the ribs. Inhale to open and tap the hips down. Exhale, we lift and rotate. Inhale to open and lower down. Last 2. Exhale up and rotate. Inhale, open and lower. Last one, up and rotate. Open up and lower down. Whew. All right, we're gonna make our way onto our hands and knees next. You can bring your prop along for the ride if you'd like. From here, we're gonna place your left knee on top of the ball or on top of your block. All right, and we're not going right on the kneecap, just slightly below the kneecap so that, you know, it's not too painful. And then we'll take our left toes and press them down into the floor. So we've got a nice base of support with our surface and then our foot. From here, take a nice big breath in. We're getting set up on our hands and knees. So we've got our shoulders stacked right on top of our wrists. We're making sure we're lifting our chest up away from the floor and then lifting our heads. That way we're looking slightly forward and down at the floor, right? No collapsing into the shoulders, no head drooping. We'll take a big breath in here. On your exhale, stretch your right leg out nice and long. And then inhale, bend your right knee and bring it back in. So it's an exhale to stretch your right leg out nice and long. And then inhale, bend your knee and bring it back in. We've got a few more here. Exhale, stretch it out. And then inhale, bring it back in. And then exhale, we lengthen out nice and long. And then inhale, bring it back in. Couple more like that. Exhale to push. And then inhale to pull. Last 3, exhale, push. And then inhale, pull. Last 2, exhale, push. And inhale, pull. Next time you straighten out your right leg, hold it there. The left arm's gonna reach forward. From here, we keep the right leg up, just lower the left arm down, and then sweep it back up. 2 more like that. Left arm comes down, and then it reaches forward. 1 more lower, and then lift. Lower the left arm, lower the right leg. Okay, let's put it together. Big breath in. Exhale, we stretch the right leg and the left arm. And then inhale, bring it back in. Think about lifting your chest up away from that right arm and then lower back down. We've got 2 more. Stretch it out. And then bring it down. And 1 more. Stretch. And bring it down. And let's switch sides. Okay. Alrighty, so right leg gets the prop, or right leg will be our stable surface on the floor. We're starting off with the left leg only. All right, we'll take a nice big inhale. On your exhale, straighten out your left leg. And then inhale, bend your left leg and bring it in. Exhale, we stretch and lengthen. Inhale, pull back in. Right now is a great time to check out what's happening with your upper body. Making sure our shoulders aren't collapsing and then our head is still looking slightly forward. We've got 4 more here. Stretch it out and then bring it in. And then 3 more and bring it in. Last 2 and then in. Last one, stretch it out. We'll be here for a while. Get that right arm ready. Big breath in. Exhale, reach it forward. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale to reach, reach, reach. And then inhale back down. Last two, stretch it out. And bring it down. Last one, stretch and hold. Here we go. Put it together. Bring it in. And then stretch it out. We've got 3. In and out. Keep lengthening. Last 2. And stretch. Then last one. Stretch it out. And then lower all the way down. Wowza! Hoo-hoo! Alrighty, so we earned a little lie down, yeah? If we are using a prop, you're gonna place it underneath your rib. Oh, I forgot about our other side plank. Oh my gosh. Whew. All right, so side plank number 2, we'll place the ball in between the knees again. Close call, right? All righty, I know, since I told you all to go on mute, you were screaming out, don't forget side plank. So thank you, I sensed it. All right, balls in between our knees or maybe a pillow, bottom elbows lined up with our bottom hip and our bottom feet. Knees are out slightly in front. We'll start with our side planks. Big breath in, exhale, we lift up the hips, and then inhale, the hips lower back down. Exhale, feel the bottom oblique start to stabilize and work as we lift up, and then inhale, lower. Exhale, up, and inhale, down. Next time we lift up, just hold it there. Top arm reaches up to the sky. Big breath in here. Exhale, reach behind you. We're trying to reach something back there. And then inhale, we open back up. Think about that bottom shoulder. We're not collapsing as we rotate. And then we lift up even higher away as we come up. Last 2, reach under. And then open. And then last one, reach under. Open up. We're putting it together. Hips come down. Hips lift up. And we reach underneath, rotate, and then open back up and lower the hips down. It's an exhale to lift and reach. Inhale, open up and lower down. Last 2, up and reach. Open up and lower. Last one, up and reach. Open up and lower down. Take a little break. Huh. All right, now we get to do some sideline work. I'm gonna place the ball underneath my ribs, just as a little reminder to not collapse into my bottom shoulder, right? I wanna use my lats to help me stabilize here. You can stretch your legs out nice and long as well too. Bottom knee can be bent if you want a little bit more stability, or it can be long, whatever you choose. I think for today, I'm gonna have a little bend in mine. All right, top arm can rest on your hip or on the floor right in front. We're just gonna start with some leg lifts with our top leg. So exhale, we lift, and then inhale to lower. All right, and this is a nice little active recovery right after side plank where we had to lift our whole body up. Now we just have to lift our leg up. Cruising. We'll go for 4 more here. Exhale up, and inhale, lower, and 3. Then last 2. And we'll lift up and just hold it there. All right, our toes are pointed. We're gonna draw some small circles with our top leg. As we're drawing circles, check out what's happening through your upper body. Try to find that stability. Just drawing those circles with your leg. And then we'll take our circles the other way, right? And we just wanna warm up our hips so that way we can really work it out, right? We've got 4 and 3. Last 2 and 1. Stretch your leg out long. Top arm's gonna reach up overhead. We're gonna reach behind us, stretch your top leg behind you, and then bring everything up to meet in the center. So inhale, we open up. Think about pushing your ribs forward and then bring everything in as you lift up. Inhale to stretch, look back, and then bring it in. Check out your ball. Make sure you're not squishing the ball, not squishing your pillow. We've got 4 more here. Keeping those ribs lifted up away from the floor. Last 3. Whew. Last 2. Bring it up. Last 1. And then lower all the way down. Prop's gonna go off to the side. We're gonna lie face down on our mat next. You can use your hands as a little pillow. We'll place your forehead on top of your hands. All right, from here, the legs are straight out behind you. We'll start with our toes pointed. Legs can be just about hip distance apart, okay? From here, we'll take a nice big inhale and a nice big exhale. On your next inhale, bend your right leg, but keep your thigh bone pushing down into the floor. Flex your foot as you bend your leg, and then straighten out your leg, point your toes. We'll get 3 more. We bend our knee, flex our foot, and then point our toes and lower back down. It's an inhale to bend, and then exhale to lower back down. Last 2. Awesome. And last one. Nice. Trying out the left leg. Inhale, we bend the knee, flex your foot. Exhale, straighten out. Think about trying to create a little connection with your hamstrings, right? The muscles on the backside of your thigh that allow you to bend your knee. We want to tell those hamstrings, pull my foot in towards my glute, and then stretch out to lower back down. Last one here. And we're going back to the right leg. On your inhale, bend your right knee, flex your foot, and hold it there. Exhale, squeeze your right glute. See if you can lift your right knee up away from the floor. Inhale, lower your right knee back down. Exhale, straighten out your right leg and point your toes. So it's an inhale to bend and flex. Exhale, squeeze your right glute. Inhale, lower down, and then exhale, lengthen out. As you're lifting up the right leg, think about keeping both hip bones pressing nice and evenly into your mat, right? We want to try to avoid any twisting happening through the lower back, and that can happen if we shift our body weight over to the right or over to the left. So we're only lifting up the right leg as much as we can keep our hips nice and even. For me, that's not very high, right? This is not easy. All right. And next time you bend your right leg, hold it there. We're going to go 4 little leg lifts. Exhale, we lift up for 4. Lift up for 3. Lift up for 2. Lift up and hold it there. We're going to straighten out our leg with our knee lifted up, and then bend your knee. Keep your knee up. It's an inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, use the hamstring to bend your knee. Last 2. Check out your neck. No tension through the upper body. Last one. Bend your knee, lower down, straighten out. Oh. All right, here we go. Left side. Again, goal is evenness through our hips. It's a nice inhale, bend your knee, flex your foot. Exhale, squeeze your glute, lift up your knee. Inhale, lower down, and then exhale, lengthen out. So inhale, we bend and flex. Exhale, the glute works to help us lift up. Inhale, we lower, and then exhale, lengthen back out. We're doing great. Exhale, up. Inhale, lower, and then exhale, lengthen back up. We've got 4 more here. Squeeze and lift. Lower back down, and then lengthen. Check out what's happening with your upper body. Always trying to minimize the amount of tension we've got happening throughout our body. All right, next time you bend your right leg or your left leg, we're going to hold it there, lifting up the knee, and then lower the knee back down. So squeeze the left glute, and then lower back down. We've got 2. And then next time you lift up, hold it there, trying to keep that knee hovering over the floor. Straighten out your left leg, and then bend your left knee, bring it in. Straighten out, and then bend and bring it in. Last 2. And then last one. Bend your knee, lower it down, and then lengthen everything out. Feel free to move your hips a little bit side to side here. They did such a good job of staying nice and steady that now we get to wiggle them. All right, so from here, bend your elbows, bring your arms down by your side, so that way elbows are just slightly below your shoulders. And then our gaze is still looking down at the mat. We're just not resting on our hands anymore. We'll take a nice big inhale here and a nice big exhale. On your inhale, we start with the crown of the head. We lift up through the crown of the head. The chin peels away from the floor and our chest starts to lift up. Our elbows stay in contact with the mat, and you almost want to think about trying to pull your elbows in toward your ribs. And then exhale, we lower everything back down. All right, so inhale, crown of the head leads the way, but we're not creating wrinkles in the back of our neck. We're just lengthening forward and up as the ribs follow along. And then exhale, everything lowers back down. We're going to go for 2 more here. Inhale, we lengthen and lift up. And then exhale, we lower everything back down. And then one more. Inhale, lengthen and lift. And then exhale, we lower back down. We're going to add on here, option to add in some arm work. If this is already feeling like a good amount of work for your upper back, you can stay as is. It'll be an inhale, peel the head and the chest up. Exhale, the right arm's gonna reach forward. Inhale, pull the right arm back in as you lift the ribs up a little higher. And then exhale, lower everything back down. So it'll be an inhale to lift up the head, lift up the chest. Exhale, left arm this time reaches forward. Inhale, the ribs peel up a little bit more as the left arm comes in, and then exhale, we deflate. Let's do one on each side this time. Inhale, we lengthen and lift up. Exhale, the right arm reaches forward. Inhale, pull it in, stay up. Exhale, left arm reaches forward. Inhale, pull it in. Exhale, everything lowers down. We'll get one more set, 2 on each side. Inhale, we lengthen and lift up. Exhale, the right arm reaches forward. Inhale, keep the length in your spine, pull it in. Left arm reaches forward, and then bring it back in. One more on each. Right arm lengthen, and then bring it in. Left arm stretches, bring it in, and then lower everything down. Yahoo! All right, when you're ready, push your hips back, find a child's pose, lengthening out through your spine. Stretch everything out. All right, just making sure I didn't skip anything. Awesome. Okay, we got some more sideline work to do, right? Side number 2. So we'll come to our sideline position. Ball can go underneath your rib cage, right? Or maybe it's a pillow or just a mental reminder not to let the ribs drop down. All right, again, I'm gonna keep a little bend in my bottom knee. Your choice of if you want the bottom leg straight or bent. We're gonna start with those leg lifts with our top leg. Nice big inhale in here. Exhale, lift up your top leg, and then inhale, lower back down. Exhale, the top leg lifts up, and then inhale, we lower back down. So little lift, and then lower back down, and then lift and down. We'll go for 4 more here. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower, making sure we are not collapsing in our bottom shoulder and not collapsing into that bottom rib. Next time you lift up, hold it there. We're just gonna draw those small circles with your top leg. So teeny, tiny circles, just moving around. We'll go for 4, 3, last 2, and then we get to go circles the other way. Here we go, small circles, 4 and 3, last 2, and 1. Hold your leg up. Stretch your top arm up overhead and think about reaching behind you with the arm and the leg, and then bring everything up to the center. Inhale, we lengthen, stretch out those obliques, and then crunch it in. Inhale to stretch, and then exhale, bring it up. Here goes 4 out of 8, bring it up. We still haven't collapsed into our bottom shoulder or the bottom ball or the bottom ribs. Last 3, and then last 2, and last 1, and then we lower down. Let's make our way back onto hands and knees. You can also go elbows and knees for this next part. The ball or your prop can go off to the side. All right, I promised you planks on Wednesday, so I have to be sure to deliver, okay? We'll take a nice big inhale here, either on hands and knees or elbows and knees. We want the wrists lined up right underneath your shoulders. Take a nice big inhale. On your exhale, step your right leg back. Take a nice big inhale, and then exhale, step your left leg back, coming into a nice strong plank. From here, we'll take a nice inhale. Think about lifting your chest up away from the floor, looking forward, out past those fingertips. And then inhale, bend your right knee, set it down on the floor, bend your left leg. Let's lead with the left this time. Big inhale in, lift the chest up, exhale, step the left foot back. And then next exhale, the right foot steps back. We're looking for length and strength through our spine, starting with the crown of our head reaching forward, our chest lifting up away from the floor, our tailbone pressing back, and our heels pushing back. Then bend the left knee, bring it in. Bend the right leg, bring it in. Okay, here we go. Right leg again. Nice big inhale. Exhale, step the right leg back. Then the left leg steps back. From here, we take a nice big inhale and a nice big exhale. On your inhale, the right foot's just going to lift up to hover over the mat, and then lower the right leg back down. And then left leg lifts up to hover, and we lower back down. We'll go again with the right, and bring it down, and again with the left, and down. We'll keep moving here as you check in with your form. What's happening with your head, and what's happening with your upper body? Have we started collapsing? Did we allow our head to drop down? Can you lengthen through the back of your neck? Can you lift your chest up? We've got 2 more on each side. Right leg lifts up, and then back down, and then left leg up, and down. 1 more of each. Lift, and lower, and lift, and lower down your knees. Push your hips back. Little breather. All righty. So last thing we have to do are some abs. Let's lie down on your backside. All righty. So from here, we'll go ahead, place your hands behind your head, just as like a nice little pillow for your head, okay? And I want you to think about really pressing actively, press your head into your hands and your hands into your head. All right, we'll take a nice big inhale in here. On your exhale, we'll find imprint spine. So lengthening out through the lower back, pulling the abs in tight to do so. And then take your right foot in tabletop and your left foot in tabletop. From here, we'll take a nice big inhale. On your exhale, nod your chin to your chest, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up, giving your head that support from the hands, but really using your abs to peel you up. Inhale, we just hold here to hang out, and then exhale, we lower all the way back down. So we'll take a nice big inhale in here. Exhale, we curl it forward. Inhale, we hold and lengthen, and then exhale, we roll it all the way back down. Adding on this time, big inhale in, exhale, curl it up. Inhale, the right leg stretches out nice and long. Exhale, bend your right leg, and then inhale, lower all the way back down. Exhale, we curl it up. Inhale, the left leg stretches out long. Exhale, bend the left knee, and then inhale, lower back down. Exhale, curl it up. Option to keep alternating or to stretch both legs out long. Bend both knees, and then lower back down. If you're alternating, we're doing the left this time. Stretch it out, and then bring it in, and lower back down. We've got 2 more. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees, and then lower back down. Last one. Exhale, curl, and lengthen. Bring it in, and lower down. Set your feet down. Take a little breather. Arms are going to reach up overhead. All right, anytime the arms reach up overhead, we're going to be mindful of what's happening with our rib cage, right? The ribs want to go with the arms. They want our back to arch up, but we're still working to maintain imprint. So we really pull the rib cage down, pull the belly button in, find that stability. Taking a nice big inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. On your exhale, nod your chin to your chest, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. The arms come down by your sides. And then inhale, we lower all the way back down. Exhale, the arms reach up overhead. Inhale, float your fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, curl and roll forward. Inhale, we start to lower the spine back down. And then exhale, the arms reach up overhead. Adding in, inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, right foot comes to tabletop as we curl forward to meet it. Inhale, right foot goes down as we lengthen out through the spine. Exhale, the arms reach up. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, left foot comes up as we find tabletop. Inhale, we lower back down. And exhale, the arms stretch out. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, curl forward. Right leg comes up. Right leg stays up as we lower the torso back down and lower the arms down. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, left leg comes to meet the right. We curl up. Inhale, we lower back down, and then exhale, the arms float up. Adding on. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, right leg lengthens out nice and long as we curl forward. Inhale, bend the right leg as we lower down. Exhale, the arms float up. Inhale, float your arms up. Exhale, left leg lengthens long as we curl up. Inhale, bend the left leg, lower the torso down. And exhale, the arms reach up overhead. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, curl forward, stretch your right leg out long. Keep your right leg long and send the left leg to meet the right. Bend your right leg and then send the right leg to meet the left. Bend the left leg and then send it back to meet the right. So we bend one leg and then push forward and bend the other leg and push forward. 2 of each. Bend and stretch and bend and stretch. 1 more of each. Bend and stretch and bend and stretch. We'll bend both knees, lower the head down, set your feet down to rest. All right, from here, we'll take the feet just about hip distance apart. Allow your knees to drop over to the right. And then bring them back to center and move them over to the left. And we'll get 1 more of each. Legs going over to the right. And then back to center. And we're moving them over to the left. All right, legs come back to center. We're going to give our head, neck, upper abs a little bit of a break. Arms can rest down by your sides. We'll find imprint spine again. Take your feet in tabletop position. All right, from here, the legs will stretch straight up to the sky. We're going to do some little crisscross or scissor legs with our legs. So we crisscross the legs one over the other. All right, and again, looking for our pelvic stability, we'll see if we can take our legs a little bit lower. So legs go down a little bit, and then we'll just bring them back up, right? And we're just drawing these nice little pretty scissors as the legs go down, and then as they come back up. And we're thinking about keeping the length through our spine, keeping our nice strong imprint spine, no matter how heavy our legs get, right? So our legs only go down as low as we can maintain imprint. We're gonna lower down a little and then bring it back up. And then we lower down a little and bring it back up. We'll go for 4 more here. Legs go down and then we bring it up and then legs go down and bring it up. Last 2. Legs lower as we scissor and then they lift as we keep scissoring. And then down and up. Next time the legs go down, we're going to hold it there, finding your version of your low leg point where you're still able to maintain imprint. Just keep scissoring those legs, right? And they get lighter and prettier with each one. We go for 4 and 3. Oh yeah, 2. And then last one, stretch the legs out long and bend your knees, set your feet down. All right, let's stretch your legs out nice and long. Reach your arms up overhead, get a nice full body stretch, big inhale in. And then exhale, circle the arms around, pull your knees into your chest, curl your body into a tiny little ball. Bonus ab work, right? Pull the belly button in, and then inhale, stretch everything out. And then exhale, circle around, pull everything back in. We'll get 1 more just like that. Inhale to lengthen, stretch it out. And then exhale, pull everything back in. Nice. Go ahead, set your feet down. Allow your head to rest on the mat. We'll take your right leg up to the sky and just point and flex your right foot. And then we'll start to draw some circles with your right ankle. And then take circles the other way. All right, from here, take your right leg, cross it over your left leg. We're going to think about creating space between our torso and our thigh, right? We did a lot of hip flexion, a lot of spinal flexion today. So we just want to think about opening and creating space. All right, and from here, we'll go ahead, option to stay just like that, or you can wrap your hands around your bottom left leg to gently pull in. Now we're creating length and space on the backside. Really important that we're not tensing or crunching our upper body forward, right? If so, I think it'll be best to just keep that bottom leg down, right? We're always, right now, we're looking to lengthen and stretch, not to contract. All right, and then we set the right leg down. Maybe draw those windshield wipers again. All righty, and then legs come back to center. We'll take your left leg up to the sky, point and flex your left foot. All right, and draw some circles with your left ankle. And then circles the other way. And then we'll take our left leg, cross it over your right. And again, starting off by trying to create length and space through the front end of our body, right? The inner thigh and the front hip flexor. And then if it feels nice, you can wrap your hands around your bottom right thigh. Give the outer hip a little stretch. All right, and then from here, we'll set the left foot down. Again, draw those little windshield wipers, stretch out your hips. All righty, and then stretch your legs out long, reach your arms up overhead, one more full body stretch. From here, we'll take a nice big inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, nod your chin to your chest, curl your body forward. I like to kind of pull myself up a rope, keeping your back rounded to come folded all the way over your legs. From here, we'll roll it up nice and slow, coming to a seated position. You can find whatever seated position is most comfortable for you. All right, we did it. Friday morning workout. We'll go nice big inhale, right arm reaches up and over. Exhale, sweep the right arm across the front. And then inhale, left arm reaches up and over. Exhale, sweep across the front. And we'll get one more big inhale to reach up. Exhale to sweep. And then left arm, reach up. Sweep across the front. And then roll it up nice and slow. Roll your shoulders back. All right, and that's a wrap for our Friday workout. Thanks for coming to play, everybody.